seller's disclosures and what do you need to know not to be sued. I am surprised at how many sellers are not aware that they have to fill up mandatory disclosures regardless of the way you're selling your house, by yourself or with an agent. My name is Galina Shman. I live in San Diego and I do real estate for over 22 years. Oh my God, sounds like a century. I love what I do and I do what I love. In this video, I'm going to explain you about seller's disclosures and why do you need to fill them up and what happened if you will not disclose certain information or material facts about the property that you're living in. If you want to know more about market trends in San Diego and where is the market heading, please subscribe to my channel for more information. The disclosures are there to protect the seller and the buyer, to protect the seller from being sued and the buyer to be fully aware of what are they purchasing and make an educated decision. With all of those defects, do I want to buy a property or maybe I'll pass and go find another house? When you're selling the property, there are mandatory disclosures that you have to fill up. One of them is seller property questionnaire, and you have to fill up the physical condition of the property, the history of the repairs and renovations, insurance claims, and etc. Disclosure itself, it's 4 pages, so it's pretty detailed. Another mandatory disclosure that the seller has to fill up is real estate transfer disclosure. In transfer disclosure, it's stating what is conveying with the property. For example, this property has a refrigerator, a washer, and a dryer, a microwave, remote controls. Everything conveys with the property. By not disclosing certain information, seller could be sued. For example, this particular property had a leak and the agent and the seller disclosed it in the seller property questionnaire. If they wouldn't be disclosing that, that's a reason for the buyer to sue the current owner. But most of the time, the seller and the buyer are going to the litigation or mitigation to negotiate. I would like to warn you, you don't want to go that route. The most common things that could have happened to the property, it's either the leaks under the sink, or the toilet leaks, or the roof leaks. I had a client and it was a buyer, and we were in the process of purchasing a property, and on the seller questionnaire, seller did not disclose the leak in the bathroom. So the owner who lived above didn't turn on the shower and water leaked through. It was patched up, but it was not disclosed. Of course, my buyer performed the inspection that discovers that it still has a moist. We addressed that question to the seller. A few days later, seller answered that yes, he was aware that there were a leak, but somehow he forgot about that. I have to tell you that you are still liable for what is going on within your property. Dear sellers, I would encourage you to be transparently clear and disclose as much as you know, even if you think that it's very minor. There are some other known not disclosed items that seller was unaware of them, but most likely did. It's when the buyer performs the termite inspection. For your information, if you are a seller of the single-family home, you are not obligated to do the termite inspection. It is on the buyer's side to do as many inspections as they think that they need. So, for example, if the buyer's inspector found the termites or the sign of the termites, what could be done? It's up to the termite inspector to determine the amount of damage. Few things could have happened. If the damage is minor, then spot treatment is fine. If the damage is a little bigger than just spots of the termite signs, the tent would be a great idea, especially after the seller is moving out and the buyer is still not occupying the property. It's a good time to put the tent. The tent will stay 2.5 to 3 days. After that, termite companies come and get the tent off, and you having a practically brand new house, free and clear of termites. The question of the day to the sellers and buyers. I would need your opinion. When you were purchasing a house as a buyer, did disclosures help you to make a decision? For the sellers, when you were selling your house, did you know that you have to fill up as many disclosures as State of California requires? Share your experience below. The rule is disclose, disclose, disclose. The more that you disclose, the less chances you have to be sued as a seller. And as a buyer, you have a full knowledge of what is right and what is wrong within the house. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye now.